Hello, welcome to Yoga Vinyasa Flow. Today, we don't have any particular type of peak pose that we're looking to build up to, but at the time of this recording here in Lexington, Kentucky, the sun is shining, the skies are clear, the birds are chirping, the weather is great, and so we're going to get right into it. So you can sit on a blanket, you can have whatever you need for knee cushion, wrist cushion. I've got a couple blocks here. You could totally get away with one. We're going to open up with gate pose here in a moment. And then while we're in the standing poses, that will include extended side angle, triangle, revolved triangle, and revolved half moon. So you might want blocks for those. And then we're going to do a fun version of chair pose. So in the strap we will use at the end, those of you that cannot find the hands comfortably behind you, you might use that for pyramid as well. So coming to a nice comfortable seat, just to begin, zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel, slight tuck in the chin, ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. And just settle into the practice. And as you settle in, is there anywhere in the body that you could soften just a little bit more? Good. And then as we breathe, so we're going to do about 4 rounds of box breathing. And so what that is, for the count of 5, we're going to inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. That's not your magic number. That's okay. Do what you can. If you've got the Ujjayi pranayama, that back of the throat constriction, the Darth Vader breath, the ocean breath as part of your practice, I'm going to encourage you to incorporate that into the box breathing. Now, you won't hear me do it because I can't talk and do that at the same time. But if you've got it, please bring it in. So let's take a big exhale here, sitting nice and tall to prepare. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice tall spine, fingertips to the side. Examine how you feel. Palms up. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Look up there, touch the palms. Exhale, hands and heart center. Creating an intention for your practice. So I don't have any preset intentions or affirmations for each day. This is all about you and what you need. Would you like to give or receive from this practice? You can dedicate it to yourself or someone else or a cause. And once you have that set, big inhale and reach, turning palms away, grow taller from crown to tail. We're going to go right into gate pose. So I'm going to come on my knees here and I'm going to cushion my knees because we're going to be here for a little bit. Good. And I'm going to start with my block on the left side. Now, some of you that have longer arms, you might not need a block at all. That's great. But for those of you that need a little bit of help, bringing the floor up to you. Remember, you've got this setting, and this setting. So be where you think you need to be. You can always change it. The right leg's going to come out to the right. Your foot, whatever angle the foot is, it just kind of depends on how everything feels. You want to try to keep hip, knees, and toes generally in that same direction. So if you're taking your foot more this way, you want hip, knee, and toes to be more this way. If you're turning your foot more inward, you want the hips and knees to try to follow that. Okay, so from here, when we're ready, big inhale, exhale, we're going to side bend towards the outstretched leg. Be mindful of this collapse here. We want to be nice and open. Inhale, exhale, move through center. We'll take that down to the floor, to your block. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, exhale, bringing that back up. We'll take that again and taking that over. Just pausing here for a moment. If it would feel good to you to take a little bit of a rotation here, feel free to take one. And opening back up and moving through center, taking it back down. You can stay here. Maybe you want to keep a toe down and really reach over. Maybe you want a little bit of a lift. Find where you want to be. And with a grounded foot or a lifted leg, you can choose a rotation if you want it. And coming back open, foot's going to come down if you took a lift and come back to center. We're going to take that all on the other side. So I'm going to bring my left knee in, the right knee in, left leg out, switching out the blocks here. Good. So find again what you need to do with this leg in terms of rotation. And it doesn't have to be the same as what you did on the other side. Big inhale, exhale, taking that over to the leg, reaching over. Belly button is in, nice and tight. And using those obliques, those side abs to come through center, taking it to the floor or to your block, reaching. And then using the obliques again, these side abs to come all the way up. We'll take it back over towards the leg. You can stay here or you can choose a rotation. And opening up and moving through center, taking it back down. Good. You can stay here. You can be up on the toe a little bit, side bending a little bit deeper. You can take a lift. Lifted leg or grounded leg, you can also choose to take a little rotation. And opening back up and coming back to center. Good. From here, I'm going to take my block back forward onto my left side. I'm going to leave my blanket where it is. I'm going to come to a few cat cows here. So coming on all fours. Good. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Hips are about, or knees are about hip width apart. You can take the knees a little bit wider if you've got a back issue. Tops of the feet are down. Feet are behind the knees. Belly button is in. Press away from that floor. Inhale. Take a cow pose. Exhale and round. Mad cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. You can stay here or you can round back, finding a child's pose option. Knees together as wide as the mat, somewhere in between. You can also take your hands back by the ankles. If your shoulders don't want to, move forward. Breathe into that back body. We're still zipped up from the pubic bone behind the navel. And when you're ready, good. We're going to come forward. We're going to prepare for a downward facing dog. So I'm just going to move back here and move my blanket out of the way. As I come here, good. Fingers are still spread wide. I'm rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. I'm tucking the toes. I'm pressing in and forward into the mat, shifting hips back. Now I'm going to lift the knees, maybe readjusting the feet a little bit. Legs are bent. So as I'm looking down at my feet, I want my hips, knees, toes, ankles to track in that same alignment. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounts. Shoulders are back in their pockets, and I'm turning my elbows towards my pointer and the middle finger. Head and neck are free. You can stay here. You can start to bend a little bit and lengthen. You can lengthen and stay here if that's where you are. You can walk your dog. A nice slow walk of the dog will give you a little bit more of a stretchy sensation, or you can come high on the balls of the feet and lower the heels. Find what feels good to your body. Good, and then we'll take some stillness if we took some movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Come to a block if you can't touch the floor, and let the knees bend a little bit here. Let everything go. Just get a nice dangle. Good. Just getting a little bit of traction through the spine. And if it would feel good or safe for you to kind of rock side to side, you can take that. And then from here, we'll come back into center. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway to the floor, to the block, any height, shins or thighs. We just want a long spine here. Exhale and we'll bow. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes. Long spine as you come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reconnect with the breath, your intention. All right. Inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. Hold the plank. Knees can be lifted or grounded in your plank. I'm pressing back through the heels. I'm pressing the floor away from me, so I'm not dropping here. I'm pressing away, taking that sternum more forward, finding length. Whether you're lifted or grounded, you can still take that sternum more forward, find more length, press that floor away from you. We'll all drop the knees here. Good. Turn the elbows forward in the direction of your pointer and your thumb. Shoulders are pressing away. Elbows come straight back against the body, and we'll lower all the way down. Good. From here, when you're ready, inhale, exhale, find a nice cobra variation, high or low, and lower. Stronger, more experienced yogis can tuck the toes, push up in a plank, lift back, down dog. Otherwise, move with me through tabletop position, lifting the knees, finding your down dog. Good, rolling the shoulders back, elbows are coming more forward. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, long spine, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, and we'll lift. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Elbows in, halfway down. Okay. Reset yourself in down dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale and lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, long spine. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. And when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knee, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, and tension. We're going to do one basic sun salute B before we add on to it. So if you're newer or have a back issue, keep your hips, knees, legs, feet about hip width apart. If you're not newer and you don't have any issues, you can step the feet and the legs closer together or together. Okay, so choose where you need to practice there. Zipping up, arms up. Let's sit back into a chair pose. Good. So my spine is long. I'm into the heels. I'm into my glutes. My hip, knees, and toes are tracking forward. So I'm not letting my knees fall in or fall out. I'm practicing hip width apart here. My shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, exhale, and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. From here, when we're ready, left leg lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round. Step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. If you need to hold on to a block as you warrior prep that back foot, do so. Do you want about a heel to heel or heel to arch, or this leg can be a little bit wider? Find what you need. Front hip is back. Be stable. Rise. Find warrior one. Remember, it's more important for the back edge of the foot to be grounded than for the front knee to be bent. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Be able to look down and see those toes. Be able to press the ball of the foot into the floor and lift those toes. Inhale, exhale, lengthen as you take your path back to the mat. Planting the hands, swiveling up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. Good. From down dog when you're ready, right leg lifts 3-point, bending the knee, round, step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Warrior prep the back foot, use that block for stability and support if you need it. When you're ready, rise, warrior one. Front hip will come back just a smidge. And you want to think about here, and this is true for warrior two as well, eventually you want to get yourself to a point where your ears, shoulders, and hips are in the alignment here. So we want to not practice here or, practicing back here unless I cue you to do something specific there. You want to open up this area so that you can be nice and upright. Zipping up, inhale, exhale, lengthen as you take that path to the mat. Plant the hands, front foot steps back, swivel up back foot. You choose, take or skip a flow. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow, sitting back into the chair. And pressing up. Good. So this next one, we're going to come into it a little bit differently. If you've got a knee issue, I don't recommend coming too deep or doing the tippy toe balance at all for that matter. So we're going to come into a tippy toe balance here. Some of you won't take that into a twist. You'll just work on that because you need to hold on to your block. So if that's you, have your blocks handy. So legs can be together or about hip width apart. I'm going to be not quite hip width apart, but not together. Good. So we're zipping up the front body. I'm going to take my hands in prayer. I'm going to lift up onto the balls of my feet. Good. And then once I feel stable here, if you're not stable up here, you won't be stable down low. And I'm going to carefully lower and lower and lower and lower. Good. So if you can't do it, no worries. We focus on what we can do. We don't focus on what we can't do. There's a lot of knee people, some ankle people that can't do this one. That's okay. Just find a chair pose. So some of you putting fingers or hands on your blocks while you're up in a lifted heel might be where you go. Others will follow me into a careful twist. Taking arms forward, looking at my right hand. I'm going to open to the right. Woo-hoo. I'm shaking and quaking here and coming back center and to the other side and coming back center. Good. From here, hands can come to your block if you need to kind of get out of there this way, or you can try to come out in the way that you got back in, which is a lot harder than coming down. So maybe You can come back up and lower those heels. Shake something out if you took that. Great effort if you didn't do that or did a different variation. All right. From here, when you're ready, good. We're going to reset. We're going to come back to our basic chair now. So, and we're going to take this chair into a twist. So if that makes a difference as to how you do your leg, then just know that. So from here, when we're ready, inhale, exhale, sitting back into chair. Good. Find a nice long spine. We're zipped up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Look down at the knees. They should be even here to start. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, I'm going to lower just a little bit more. I'm going to take hands to prayer. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to twist to my right. Maybe your elbow comes on the outside, maybe it doesn't, but really open that right shoulder. Look down at the knees. If the left hip came forward, or left knee came forward, can you take the left hip back? Some of you have the ability to open up. Some of you might be able to half bind or full bind here. Take your practice where you're at and where you want to take it. So when you're ready, we'll release from that twist. Let's come all the way up. Reach, inhale, exhale, finding that prayer chair again. Good. Lengthen the spine. Belly button is in. We're going to take the twist to the left, watching. Right hip come back. If right knee came forward, really open that left shoulder. You can stay in prayer. You can take your arms long, half bind, full bind. Practice where you're ready to practice. And then when you're ready, coming back and coming down. Woo. I'm going to move these a little bit more forward here. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. Finding the down dog. Inhale, left leg lift 3-point, bending that knee. Opening to the left, strong, even upper body. Careful not to let that left shoulder creep up. And then from here, we'll take that back down, round, step, or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Warrior, prep the back foot, find your alignment, find stability, rise. Warrior 1. Strong through the back leg, zipping up that front body. Inhale, exhale, lengthen as you take that path back to the mat. Swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. The right leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, opening up to the right. Strong, even upper body. Good. Watch that right shoulder. Try not to let it creep up. And when you're ready, hip and knee are going to come back even to the floor. Round, step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Warrior, prep the back foot, find your alignment. And when you're ready, with stability, rise. Front hip comes back hip comes forward. When you're ready, inhale, exhale, reach, reach, reach. Taking that path back to your mat, swiveling up the back foot, front foot steps back, take or skip a flow, and coming back. Good. Finding your downward facing dog. From this downward facing dog, maybe coming down, finding a child pose. Breathe. And when you're ready, good. Coming back to your intention as you come back to your downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward, meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. Sitting back into the chair. And coming back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. All right. So this next series is where we're going to go into the warrior poses. This will also include the pyramid, the revolved triangle, revolved half moon. So I'm going to encourage you to have your block handy here. Probably don't need it right here. Okay. So from here, starting from the top, big inhale and reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, no bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. Exhale, find your down dog. Reset that down dog, shoulders in their pocket. Get elbows are turning more towards the pointer and the middle finger. Left leg's gonna lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. Now we're gonna come into a crescent here. So you choose if you wanna be lifted, which is here, or grounded, which is here, okay? Do what you need to do here. We are going to be on parallel railroad tracks. So the back knee or foot rather is not going to be grounded if you choose the high. But front hip will come back. I'm pressing strongly through that back heel. From here, you're going to choose your twist. You can come down into prayer, leaning forward, taking that twist to the left, or right hand can come to the floor to a block, twisting to the left, which is what I'm going to choose here. So you choose what you need to choose. Really open up that left shoulder. Whether you're grounded or lifted, you can do either one of these twists. Legs and hips are not where the twist comes from. It comes from the spine. And then from here, we'll take that down. Good. If you were grounded, lift that back leg, plant those hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Take another little flow in here. Okay. From the down dog, left leg's gonna lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round, step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Warrior prepping the back foot. Heel to heel, heel to archer, a little bit wider, you choose. And with stability, we're gonna rise and open into warrior two. So as you find your warrior two, then we're gonna come back a little bit here. Good. Front hip's gonna come back hip will come forward just a smidge. That helps the knee track better towards the pinky toe. And then without moving my hip, I'm gonna move my torso here. So warrior two is very much a twist when done right. Inhale, exhale with a bent front knee or lengthened front leg. Take it back sculpted. There's an older cue out there of trying to square hips and chest straight to the side. That 2 panes of glass cue. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, the body is not made to fit between 2 panes of glass. And trying to force your body into that rotation really is not good for the low back and the pelvis. So that's why I cue warrior two the way that I do. Good. From here, when you're ready, inhale, exhale, find your warrior two. Finding extended side angle, really press to the back, lengthen, 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 lengthen. Try not to change the angle in this front knee. You can take a forearm to the thigh. You can take a hand to a block at any height, and then we'll open to the right. Now, if you've been here in this one for a while and you feel like you're ready to move on, you can come onto the inside of the foot, try to press the hand and arm into each other. I'm going to turn my left or my right hand behind me, and I'm going to wrap and opening that shoulder. So this is a prep for the bind. If you've got the bind in your practice where you come under here and you bind the hand, that's fine to go there, but we never sacrifice form for a bind. So if it causes you to do this rounding thing and come out of a nice long line in order to bind, you're not ready for the bind, because then you're not binding safely. Good. We'll reach up, look down at that front foot, lengthen that front leg, coming back, reaching. Inhale, exhale, coming back up. Preparing for triangle here. Take a wider or shorter stance or a different alignment depending on your body. Good. Arms are out, front hip's gonna come back hip's gonna come forward. I'm rooting my feet into the mat like I'm trying to rip it apart from one into the other. And I'm gonna lengthen, and I'm lengthening, And I'm not bending the torso. I'm keeping it nice and long. When I can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take the floor, opening up. Good, long torso. Front hip is back, back hip is forward. Shoulders are stacked as best as you can. And looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee and coming back up. Good. We're going to come into a more traditional version of pyramid here. So for that, let me come back here a little bit. You're going to take where you were in triangle, which is probably where you were in warrior two as well. And you're going to bring the back leg in, maybe about halfway. And there's a couple ways you can do this one, and it depends on what your hips need. So heel to heel, heel to arch alignment. You've got an angle at this back leg and back foot. Front hip is back. You can do it this way. Some people's hips do better if you're in parallel railroad tracks, which is what I'm going to do today. Different options with the arms for different people. Some of you are going to come back here into a reverse prayer. Okay. That one I can't do very well, so I'm not going to do that one. You can just hold your hands together. You can clasp down if you've got that, or if you're like me, maybe you've got a shoulder or a wrist or something like that that doesn't like that, fine. Take your hands into your strap. Good. Rolling the shoulders back, pressing down and lift. Good. Now we're ready to come into your pyramid. So front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Root in those feet. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Now, if you're getting down here and you're like, oh, my hands need to come on something, then release what you're doing with your arms. Take your hands to the floor, to the block. This is more about the lower body, not so much about the upper body. Inhale, exhale, get into the feet and the legs, and we'll come back up. Good. I'm going to release that. We're going to come into the revolved triangle, revolved half moon here. So I know I'm going to take my hands to a block onto the outside of my left foot. So I'm going to have that block out there. You can also take it to the inside of the left foot. That's going to be a little bit easier on the inside. Knowing that I'm going to come into revolved half moon, I'm going to take my other block forward, but have it on my right side because it's going to be my right hand that goes onto that block. Okay, so I'm coming up here. I'm going to reset myself. Front hip comes back. My right arm is going to come forward. Good. Again, root into your mat. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Hand comes down inside or outside of the foot. Opening up to the left. Hand can stay at the hip. You can wrap it around. You can take it up. I'm going to do the wrap, but I'm opening that shoulder. My front hip is coming back. I'm breathing. I'm coming back to my intention. Okay. Now from here, you can stay here longer. I'm going to take my right hand, my right block, putting a bend in that left knee, lifting up, revolved half moon. So I'm still twisting towards the left. My hips are even to the floor. Don't lift your leg higher if you're not stable when you're lower. Press out of the left heel and hip if you can. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Release from the low back if you took that. Both hands are going to come to the floor. Reach the right leg back. Now you're in a left up runner. Plant the hands. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Maybe you need a child's pose. Maybe you need to walk the dog here. All right. So from here, when we're ready, we get to take that all to the other side. So I'm just going to switch sides on my mat. My back is not to you, but you are likely fine where you are. So from your downward facing dog, when you're ready, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee around. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. You choose where you're coming to crescent, a lowered knee or a lifted knee. We're in parallel railroad track position. And when you're ready, we're going to rise. Front hip will come back. Pressing strongly to that back leg if you're lifted. Good. And then from here, choosing your twist. So hands can come to prayer, leaning forward, taking that twist to the right, opening up the right side, or maybe left hand is going to come to the floor, opening up here. Find what you need. The angle of that front knee, again, should not change. Inhale, exhale, taking that hand back down. Lift the back knee if you had it grounded. Plant the hand, front foot steps back. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. Come back to that Ujjayi breath if you've got it. Reconnect with your intention. Right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Warrior prepping the back foot. Find a heel to heel, heel to arch, or maybe a little bit of wider stance. Be stable as we rise. Opening up. Good. So the front hip's going to come back. And then I'm going to turn the torso. Knee tracks towards the pinky toe. With a bent front knee or a lengthened front leg, take it back. Find it exalted. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. Going into extended side angle now. So I'm going to press back through the back leg. I'm lengthening, I'm lengthening, I'm lengthening. I'm not changing the angle in that front knee. You can take a forearm to the thigh. Good. Block on the outside. Remember, inside, if you're going to practice the prep for the bind, opening up. Arm and leg press into each other. Turn that left hand behind you. Wrap around, open up. Maybe even a little bit more lengthening. And when you're ready, we'll release. Looking down, lengthening that front leg, taking it back, exalted. And coming up and preparing for triangle. So you can, redo your stance or your alignment here as needed. And you might do something different on this side than the other side. But from here, my front hip's going to come back. Good. I'm rooting my feet into the mat like I'm trying to rip the mat apart. Good. Right arm is forward. I'm going to lengthen, 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 lengthen. When I can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take the floor. I think I can do the floor today. And opening up. Good. Long torso, front hip is back. Stacking of the shoulders if possible. And looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee and coming back up. Good. So preparing for pyramid and the revolved triangle and whatnot on the side. So I'm going to kind of scoot back just a little bit here. Good. So you want your back leg to be in a little bit from where you were. Good. You have that back leg at an angle or parallel railroad track. So again, if you're going to use the strap, you'll grab that here. Good. If you're not going to use the strap because your hands need to come to the floor, then you don't need that. Or if you're going to do reverse prayer, then you don't need the strap either. So front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. I'm going to roll. I'm going to lift. Belly button is in. I'm long and strong here in the back and in the leg. Take it where you can take it. Breathe. And when you're ready, good. We'll root in and come back up. You can release the strap. So preparing for revolved triangle and revolved half moon. So now for the half moon, I'm going to take my block on the left side a little bit forward. For revolved triangle, I'm going to take my block on the outside of the right foot. You can also have it on the inside. Good. Front hip's going to come back. Left arm's going to come forward now. Good. Root into those feet and legs. Lift, lift, lift. I shouldn't say lift. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then when you're ready, hand comes to the inside or to the outside. Roll open that right shoulder, hand can stay at the waist. You can lift it up or you can wrap it around. You're still opening that shoulder. Revolved triangle. Then you choose to stay here longer, or with a little bend in that front knee, left hand's gonna come to the left block, take it up, revolved half moon. I'm still trying to open towards the right. I want my hips to be more even to the floor. Trying to press out of that heel and hip. Easier said than done. And then when you're ready, good, we'll come out of the twist. Hands will come to blocks or to the floor. Reach that left leg back. Good, planting the hands, front foot steps back, you choose. Take or skip the last flow of this session. And then taking it around. And then once you've made it back to your down dog, drop those knees, find a child's pose. Knees together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. Arms can be long in front of you or back by the ankles. And then when you're ready, we'll come up from here. All right. So from here, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to demo the seating postures from a side view. So I haven't done that in a while. So from here, we're going to come into a Baddha Konasana. We're going to take the soles of the feet together. If you're really tight in the hips, you'll know that because the knees kind of want to jack up a little bit here. Remember, if you've got two blocks, you kind of put them at an angle so you've got a little bit of support there. You could do it this way, but it's not as comfortable. You can also put pillows or folded blankets under there. If a third eye connection is in your intention for today, but you can't quite get the forehead to the toes, you can take a block here. You can take a block here. That's one way. You can take a block here, or even here, being here or here. Okay, so find what it is that you need, however you find it. We're going to start nice and tall. Belly button is in. Long spine. We're going to hinge forward first. Stay long, stay long, stay long. Some of you that shouldn't see curve might want to stay right here. And then those of you that want to do the round, trying to find the connection, now you'll round from here. Breathe, expand. And then when you're ready, good, we'll come back up from there. Good. We're going to come into a cradle position. So what this is going to look like, I'm going to do this in steps. My left leg's going to come forward. I'm going to take my right ankle on at that left leg right above the knee. I don't want it to be on the knee. So for right here, just stay here. And then take your hands behind you, your long spine. And then some of you are just going to start to bend that left leg, and you're going to stop where you need to stop. Okay. If you can't do this, then the next part is going to be very difficult. So if this is relatively easy for you, maybe you can come up then, hook a foot, hook a knee into the elbows, and then you can cradle and rock. And then when you're ready to come out of there, good. It will come back onto the thigh, hands come back, and safely come out. And we'll do that on the other side. So right leg's going to come forward. Left ankle is going to come onto that leg right above the knee. Hand's going to come behind. You're going to bend. You're going to stop where you need to stop, which might be here. Or if this is pretty good, hook a knee, hook a foot. Good. And cradle. Good. And then when you're ready, good. That ankle will go back onto the leg. Hands will come back and we'll undo. Good. From here, scoot forward, grab your strap, and then we're going to come onto our back. And I'm just moving my shirt out of the way here. We're going to come to a bridge. So hips, knees, and toes are going to track forward. I'm going to roll my shoulders back. I'm pressing my arms and shoulders into this mat. I'm making sure my heels are not too close or too far away. But I'm going to press into the feet and legs, and I'm going to lift my hips up. I'm really pressing my arms into the floor. Belly button is in. You can stay here, or maybe pressing into the balls of the feet, lifting the heels, lowering the heels, maybe rocking back on the heels, lifting the balls of the feet and the toes, and then lowering them, lifting up just a little bit higher and taking that down. Bring the knees into the chest, rock, 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 side to side. Grab your strap. So I'm going to take the strap in the center part of the left foot. Okay. So I've got the strap into the left hand. So I'm going to roll the shoulders back. So we're not going to do a full hamstring stretch here. They've already been stretched with our standing series. So I'm just going to pull it back just a little bit. And then I'm going to keep hips grounded as I take this leg out to the left. And then if you want more, you can choke up on that row or maybe give it a little tug. Just notice the sensations as it wants to sink in there, keeping right hip grounded. And then we'll come back up. The right leg is going to extend, both straps into the right hand. Good. Kind of arc over 45 degrees-ish first. Wiggle around, find your sweet spot from there. And then if you want to take it into full spinal twist, move out a little bit here. Good. Then you can, keeping the leg in line with the hips. So if you can't do that on your own, you want to prop a block or two under there. And then if you went into the leg all the way over, if you take your head in the opposite direction, now you get full spinal twist from crown to tail. Good breathing. And we'll come back up. Good. And we'll do a mid-air switcheroo here. So both straps into the right hand. Good. When you're ready, good. We're just going to lightly tug in towards the face. And then we'll take that out to the side. Both hips stay grounded. And then if you want more, you can choke up and give it a tug. And always connecting with breath. Always connecting with intention. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. And then from here, switching hands. I'm going to just scoot back over here. Good. The left leg will come long. Good. And I'm going to arc over. I'm going to wiggle around to find my sweet spot first. And then take that leg over to the left, keeping leg in line with the hip. Prop it up if you can't do it on your own. Left or right shoulder grounded, maybe looking to the right. Full spinal twist. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. Releasing that foot from the strap. And we'll come into a short shavasana here. I'm going to use my blanket here, a little bit of a neck pillow. Good. Now, if you've got a bolster, other blanket, you can also bring that under the leg. I'm going to use my blocks here. So these can be a nice replacement when you don't have certain things, especially in a yoga studio. If you're practicing there or at the Y and you don't want to haul all these props everywhere, you can just move the inner thighs out of the way, extend them long over your blocks, rolling shoulders back. Now I'll leave you here for a few moments, practicing the hardest yoga pose, being still, being quiet with yourself. We'll take some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness or invite movement of fingers and toes, maybe running thumbs along the edges of the fingertips. And choosing stillness or taking knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifting up and giving yourself a hug. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way that you may have used during your Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips to the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex through the feet, bend and stretch through the hands, rolling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bend in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time you need, and when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Noticing for a moment how you feel, hopefully better than when you started. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, and lengthen, looking up. Exhale, hands in heart center. Coming back to that intention you made for yourself one more time. We'll take our thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to the lips for good and kind words, and to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted, no gain is ever reversed. May you be safe, may you stay well, may you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month ahead. Namaste.